Hi, I'm Mikey Robbins. The National Museum of Australia has compiled a list of the 100 defining moments in Australian history. But what do you reckon are the most defining moments in Australian history? What's your opinion? I tell you what, we're going to hit the streets and find out. So if I was to ask you a defining moment in Australian history, I know it's a broad question, what's the first thing that springs to mind?
I guess I think of my lifetime in the first instance. So the apology, I was, when that was announced, I was just about to give birth to my first son. So I had a really big impact. And obviously all my family come from mission movements. And then the second one was, before that was Kathy Freeman. So every time I still see that race, being an athlete myself, like from way back, I still have tears in my eyes.
First defining moment, I would think of me coming to Australia.
Oh!
Defining for me, for sure.
Where did you come from?
I'm from the Czech Republic.
And how long have you been in Australia for?
Almost 10 years. Yeah.
All part of migration, which makes this country great. Simon, a defining moment in Australian history?
Well, I'm actually living up in Townsville at the moment, and there's huge memorials up there to the Battle of the Coral Sea during World War II. So for me, I think Australia prevailing through World War II, and you know the battles around there with Japan at the time.
I'm here with Nick, who is obviously, he's either just graduated or he's been to a very bad Halloween party.
Just graduated.
Congratulations,
Thank
mate.
you.
Okay, if I was to ask you a defining moment in Australian history, what springs to your mind?
The enactment of the Racial Discrimination Act in '75.
Defining moment for me is actually when women got the vote in Australia, and also when they were actually able to come to university. So we were in 1875, University of Adelaide opened its doors to women. Sydney followed soon after, as did Melbourne, and we're some of the earliest universities in the world to allow women to compete with men on the same basis for degrees.
Eureka. Eureka was the great story of our history. There's a Labor minister, Labor cabinet minister, who'll remain nameless. Let's just call him Bob Carr. He said to me once that Eureka, he said, local tax revolt, and it was so much more than a local tax revolt. What it was activists from all over the world congregating in the one place and the one time, going after liberal democracy. They had 6 demands and all of them were met, and that was the light on the hill for liberal democracy around the world.
The convicts settling in Australia. Oh, and like the Captain James Cook and everyone discovering the east coast of Australia, because without them we wouldn't have this country that we know.